Well, what we're going to now do is go across the country to give you a nationwide feel on what Lockdown 4 actually implies in your state. Several state governments have announced the norms. Maya Sharma from Karnataka, Sneha Mary Koshi from Kerala, Monideepa Banerjee, West Bengal, Sukirti Dwivedi looking at the situation here in Delhi, and Saurabh Gupta, my colleague in Mumbai. Mumbai is interesting because we'll know at about half past the hour. Saurabh, is that right, when the Chief Minister is set to make his announcements? Do we have any idea what exactly he may suggest, Saurabh?
Well, Vishnu, I'm afraid Mumbai is not going to see any lockdowns. The Mumbai police have already thrown water on any plans that any Mumbaikars may have regarding some perhaps relaxation that they were expecting, but that's not going to happen in Mumbai, Pune and other cities that are reporting a high number of cases. Now, in the green and orange zones, well, there may be some relaxations because, Maharashtra is a state that depends on industry. There might be a push to restart some of the economic activity in those areas, but for Mumbai, Pune, surrounding areas, no relaxations at all.
No relaxations of the lockdown. All right, let's go across to Maya Sharma now. Maya, local buses and trains allowed, but no permission for citizens from 3 states, right? To which states are these from coming into Karnataka?
Well, Vishnu, lots of relaxations announced on a day when the state has seen the highest rise in the number of cases, 99 new cases in the last 24 hours. And yes, you're correct, 4 states, right, people from 4 states not allowed to enter Karnataka. This is people from Maharashtra, Gujarat, Kerala and Tamil Nadu not allowed to come in. The Medical Education Minister, Dr. K. Sudhakar, telling us the reason for this was that the spike in cases, the increase in numbers is up to 74%. Because of people who have come in from other states. So Karnataka desperately trying to keep those numbers down. Even people allowed in from other states will have to go a 2-week quarantine, 2-week institutional quarantine, in fact, 2 weeks. But of course, other things will be pretty much normal from tomorrow. Public transport will be back in non-containment zones, that is buses with fewer passengers, trains within the state, autos, taxis. So the state will look a lot more normal tomorrow, both in Bengaluru and in the rest of Karnataka. It will be almost business as usual, as shops also open, parks will open as well. But like neighbouring Kerala, Karnataka has decided that Sunday will be a day of rest, only essential activities permitted on Sunday. But all these restrictions being lifted on a day when there were almost 100 new cases added to the state's positive tally.
All right. Sneha, what's the situation in Kerala?
Well, Vishnu, Kerala seems to be gearing up for much more economic activities on the ground. Already you had construction sector open up in many areas. You also had standalone shops. Now what they're being told is even shopping complexes with 50% shops opening on alternate days will be allowed to function. Malls, of course, will remain closed. What we're also being told is that public transport, according to Chief Minister, within the district is going to be allowed. So buses are going to be allowed. Inter-district public transport will not be allowed, but people can go ahead in their private vehicles. No special passes as it was required till today. Tomorrow onwards or whenever the state decides, no special passes would be required. Only your ID cards would suffice. And important information perhaps for parents, 10th and 12th class, their examinations, there was some doubt over that with respect to those that were scheduled in Kerala. Well, it is going to continue between the 26th and 30th of May. The state government has said, irrespective of the lockdown, the vehicles will be provided. Weddings also from 2030, it's been increased to around 50 people who can gather at the same time. People who want to come for their office purposes, especially government offices also, and are traveling across districts, according to CM, should take passes or special permissions from the police or the collectors. But largely a lot of relaxations on the ground, Vishnu, and Kerala seems to be gearing up for what seems to be a much increased activity, economic activity on the ground.
Well, Monideepa, it's going to be difficult times for West Bengal for all sorts of reasons. Obviously, COVID numbers, but in just a couple of days from now, Wednesday, landfall in the Digha region. So West Bengal will be looking very carefully at that. But as far as COVID is concerned, what exactly were some of the announcements made by the state government?
Well, perhaps keeping the cyclone that's likely to make landfall on Wednesday, perhaps keeping that in mind, Mamata Banerjee announced a slew of relaxations from the 21st. So that's Thursday. From Thursday, big shops can open everywhere except, of course, containment zones. Salons can open. Offices can open, offices that are located in malls and will work with 50% attendance. That apart, another big day is the 27th. 27th, the auto rickshaws come back on the streets of Kolkata and Bengal, but with only 2 passengers. Buses, taxis, private cars are already running in the state, in the city certainly, and within green zone districts. But now there will be relaxation on that as well, and many more buses and taxis will be running. None of this went past without a dash of politics. Mamata Banerjee insisting that Bengal would have nothing to do with curfew or prohibitory orders being imposed from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. as suggested by the Ministry of Home Affairs. She said the police would be out on the streets to ensure lockdown was maintained till the 31st of May. But on the 21st and the 27th of May, we will see big relaxations.
All right. Thanks, Monadeepa. So, Kirti, to you next. What is the situation in Delhi going to be from tomorrow?
Well, Vishnu, the big boost in Delhi will be to the economic activities resuming again. While standalone shops had been allowed earlier, shops in marketplaces like the one where we are standing at in Lajpat Nagar in South Delhi, here what is happening is what is going to happen is that shops will be opening on an odd even basis from tomorrow. So that will be a big relief for all the traders. And the other big relief, like these roads that you see deserted now, especially because of the lack of public transport, only private vehicles being seen now. What is going to happen from tomorrow is that DTC buses will be allowed with 20 passengers. Auto rickshaws, e-rickshaws will be allowed with 2 passengers. Taxis will be allowed with 2 passengers. Autos will be allowed with 1 passenger. So all of those relaxations going to be a big relief for the common people here. Public transport, the lack of public transport had been causing major problems. And of course, revenue losses had been happening because of markets being shut down. But all these big markets in Delhi, Lajpat Nagar, Khan Market, Sarojini Nagar, all of these markets set to open from tomorrow, bringing a big relief to all the traders that had suffered in the last 2 months.